Welcome to the Something Blue Fan Who review. This is an ongoing series on the Something Blue channel where I, Jed T.E. Rhodes, whose middle initials hold him at gunpoint, will review Doctor Who fan content, be it fan films or fan audios. And today, we embark on the first fan audio review of our series. I know, I'm sorry. The Space Whale, the first of the audio visuals. I may have joked once about mentioning the audio visuals to Nick Briggs with the implication of him being less than amused. Truth be told, however, since I don't fucking know the man, I don't have a clue what he or the rest of the people behind the audio visuals think of them in the spacey future year of 2024. I know from fan history and fan lore, inaccurate as that shit may prove, that Nicholas Briggs might as well have renamed them Big Finish the Beginning, for all that they're basically a dry run for Big Finish's actual successes later on in the 90s. But this his story is from 1984. No Orwell jokes, please. And as the opening narration from the version your humble reviewer listened to says, began as an experiment to see if people would take to Doctor Who on audio format. I don't think it'll catch on, do you? This story features Stephen Payne as the Doctor, not Nicholas Briggs, whose role as the Doctor in this series is now legendary. I still need to put a toothbrush in my top pocket as the Rust Doctor one day. Not being an expert of fan lore, because I'm a sad bastard, but a different kind of sad bastard, I don't know off the top of my head what prompts the change. What I do know is that going into this series fresh in the year of our Lord 2023, at time of writing, is odd. Not least because, in the copy I listened to, it begins with Nicholas Briggs telling us about the founding of the group, then dives into a scene with a damn fine Dalek voice before, well, hopping into Nicholas Briggs telling us that this story and the next one withdrawn from sale because their masters got stolen. It's an odd way to begin a presentation, but maybe it's of more interest if you assume that this is a rip of a tape someone bought. And as Mr. Briggs himself warns, it's primitive. By which I think he means, it's primitive as balls! In the first 7 or so minutes, we get variable sound quality on voices. We get dead scenes lacking in ambiances or echoes, and we get some very bare sound design overall. And you know what? That's all okay. It was the 80s. In the modern age, it's worth remembering that while we selfish pricks of the 21st century have the ability to do all sorts with a phone and free apps in this day and age, the folks behind these had far fewer resources with which to make these stories happen. Getting it made alone would have been a Herculean task. And they had to be commended on the incredible technical achievement of making this fucking story at all. But of course, making this fucking story at all sounds a bit like buying the audio visuals geyser "at least you tried" cake. And it must be stated that as much as the sound quality is variable and the ambiance is often deader than Adric and Katerina having a party in a graveyard while they're the only people who turned up, I can listen to this story and not think, my fucking ears! That's an achievement that some audio plays in our spoiled modern age still don't achieve, so kudos, Briggs & Co. But the technical side of things is what it is. So what about the story? I harp on quite often about writing. I have a master's degree in drama with a focus on script writing after all, as I have bragged to literally everyone. So the story is arguably one of the most important parts of any review. Well, it's an interesting one. There's some space fare, a little bit of political intrigue, and some lovely jailbreak stuff. There's some evil computers and sharp performances, but if you've come to this audio expecting it to be somehow the best thing ever, I mean, you've kind of only yourself to blame if it's not, because it was a fan audio. Make no mistake, it's a good fan audio, and well worth the time if a good old-fashioned classic Doctor Who story in audio format is what you're hankering for. But, as with Dominic G. Martin's turn in Portal to the Past, it's more fascinating for its historical significance than anything it brings to the table on its own merits. Please don't kill me, Nick Briggs.